back to the Legend Experience. I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to everybody who has been liking, subscribing, and commenting and running up the views on my videos. These past two has been one of my highest view counts, one of my highest likes counts, and one of my highest comments counts. So y'all keep doing the fucking damn thing, and I really do appreciate it. So make sure that y'all like this video right now, comment your thoughts at the end of this video, and make sure that you subscribe so that way you could get some more of the Legend Experience. But let's get into this episode. Wasn't really too much to talk about, but it was a episode. But anyway, the episode opens up with Natalie, Jaden, and Akbar. They're talking about Jaden's birthday, and basically they're talking about the whole Biggie situation. And Akbar is basically saying she ain't gotta fight, she ain't gotta do too much because she's already been in that type of environment. Like everybody know how she basically how she was. Like this is what she do. She ain't gotta do too much because they already know about her. And she said the reason why that she didn't swing on Biggie was because she saw the fear in Biggie's eyes or whatever. But honestly, if somebody throws something at me, whether it hits me or not, I'm swinging on you because you should have never even thought to throw it at me. But hey, Ambark thinks she's better than everybody and that she's been doing this. And she said she didn't want to be on no bullying shit with Biggie and she didn't want to fight her. But anyway, Nat said Biggie is trying to get Anna and Tesehki to fight her battles or whatever. And she's not standing on business. And I'm just kind of confused by this revelation a little bit because I don't think Anna and Tesehki are even fighting her battles, even if she's trying to get them to fight her battles. They've mainly been coming at her this whole season. So I don't know where that narrative is coming from. Kind of confused about that. But anyway, Nat ends up calling Jayla. And Jayla's in the car with Anna and Tesehki, and she's like, I want to invite y'all out to brunch or whatever. And she was just asking basically who all around. And Jayla said, oh, Scotty's doing shopping, but it's just me, Anna, and Tesehki or whatever. And she's like, okay, I want y'all all to come to brunch whenever y'all get done. So then Natalie ends up texting Rolly and inviting Rolly. And she told Rolly to bring a few of the new girls or whatever and some of the girls from last season to come to the brunch with her. And then that's when we get into the next scene with Rolly and Tinka, and they're talking about Biggie and the whole like standing on your business or not standing on it. And then that's when Biggie and Diamond the Body comes into Rolly's room and they all start talking. And Rolly said they were just basically talking about Biggie, and Biggie said, I heard a little bit, so what was y'all talking about? And Rolly was just basically saying like, we get that you're going through stuff, but everybody's going through stuff. And like you kind of going through stuff and then showing up and having that negative energy and that negative attitude is kind of bringing like the vibe down. And then Rolly was just basically, but I like this thought of Rolly, I'm not gonna lie, because she was just basically giving Biggie some pointers and saying, if you need to grieve first, do that and then handle this afterwards. And she was like, if you can't handle it, then it might be best for you to go home so that way you could grieve because you do have a lot going on, whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of Rolly in this scene because I feel like this is something that Anna and Tesehki could have done episode 1 or 2 to pull her off to the side and talk to her about that if that's your real friend. The fact that it's Rolly coming to her and saying like, hey, if you need to grieve, go do that, because I do agree that if you have a lot going on in your life or whatever, you bringing that negative energy to the group is just gonna just tear the whole energy off or whatever. So like if you need to go handle your business, go handle your business first. You don't need to be here. Take care of yourself first, because who's gonna take care of you? Who gonna take care of you? You need to take care of yourself, baby. But then Biggie basically said that she can handle it and that she's gonna be here or whatever. So if she can handle it, I'm gonna hold her to that. You said you could handle it, I'm gonna hold you to it, Biggie. We go see for how the rest of the season play out if you can handle it. That's what I'm gonna say. So then they started talking about Pretty P or whatever, and they're talking about how like the girls are always sneaking Pretty P or whatever. And Rolly said it's kind of getting corny to keep sneaking Pretty P and basically jumping her, and that she doesn't like it and it's getting old. And I once again I agree with Rolly. It kind of is getting old. Like I understand that Pretty P calling out Diamond the Body was weird the first few episodes because it was basically over a stare or a look. So she was fighting her for no reason. But then the fact that it kept going on and on and on, and then it is getting a little weird. But I feel like it should be a stop to it at some point. But if there's no stop, then I'm gonna just definitely say that it's just weird overall and for all parties, because the first few times of y'all fighting, okay, cool. But the fact that y'all keep dragging it out and y'all really don't have no real beef, I just think it's weird. But Biggie says she don't care that she's not invited to the brunch because Natalie ends up texting Rolly and saying, "Bring Big Lex, Tinka, Diamond the Body, and Jasmine Renee. No Biggie." She specified no Biggie, and Biggie says she don't care that she not going to the brunch because they go fight anyways, and somebody go come back with bonnets on and no wig, so she don't care that she's missing out on that or whatever. And she may be that's so Raven because that's exactly what happens. It's the future. I can motherfucking see. She saw it. But anyway, the next thing is Ivory and Pretty P and Jasmine Renee. And they're talking about Ivory getting her Baddies chain, which I still think she don't deserve. And Pretty P saying that she don't remember Jaden getting her Baddies chain. And I don't think nobody really remember Jaden getting her Baddies chain because she didn't deserve her Baddies chain. She got it because it was her birthday. And basically they were worried about Biggie and all that, and they were talking about Biggie. Everybody's talking about Biggie. Everybody, they are making this the Biggie show. Not gonna hold. There, this episode was let's talk about Biggie. Like literally throughout this whole episode, it was Biggie, 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 Biggie. Can't you see? And they could see. And they were just talking about her the whole time. Next scene is just basically the big three who basically we know that they're gonna become like a little trio, but it's Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer, and they're bonding and they're talking about last night or whatever. And then Emma pops up and Summer said, "Hey bitch, there you go." She basically clocking her teeth. She's like, "Hey bitch." And then Emma said that Summer is picking on her. And I guess they both were drunk last night and they were talking shit to each other. So now in the morning time, they get to address whatever the fuck they had going on last night or whatever. And then Summer said she's sick of Emma complaining and being boring and just basically bringing down the morale once again. Like, you have that negative energy, girl. And Summer says she's tired of Emma doing that. She's basically saying you're boring and you need to go home because you literally are bringing nothing to the show. And then that's when, in the midst of them arguing, Rolly comes and grabs Big Lex for lunch or whatever, and she's like, "All right, go to lunch." And Big Lex is just probably like, "Y'all want me to go to lunch? Like, why am I going to lunch? I don't know why they want you to go to lunch. They like you. You do give baddie. You are a pretty girl, but we'll see if I still like the personality." But so far, she didn't do nothing to piss me off this episode. So Big Lex is good in my book this episode. So then Summer and Emma are still arguing about Summer being born or whatever. Then that's when Ivory comes in, and Ivory put a battery inside of Emma back, and she said, "Are y'all still arguing, or y'all go fucking fight?" And then that's when Emma said, "Yeah, what's up?" So then that Emma got up, and that's when Dolly chokes Emma, but she was pushing Emma away from Summer, saying, "No, we're not doing that." But Dolly and Emma end up fighting, and then that's when Summer tries to run up on Emma, but Ivory came and pulled her like she was her mama. Like, she pulled her and grabbed her and said, "No, no, no, we're not doing that jumping shit." Like, basically, Summer was Ivory's child at Walmart, and she was just tagging her up because someone wanted to go play in the toy section and act a fool, and she got a whooping. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it was funny. I was giggling when that scene happened because it was just so mother and daughter like for them. Like, it was just hilarious. But also Dolly trying to basically do the same thing that Tesehki did for Anna. I don't know, just a little for me or whatever. And um after Summer got pulled away, Dolly and Emma were fighting, but then that's when not Dolly, Emma runs back up on Summer and kind of got Summer together a little bit. But we know Summer not a fighter. We don't like her because she would fight. We like her because she's comedy. And then Emma said her finger is fucked up, so she don't want to fight. And Summer called out Emma for getting a battery put in her back by Ivory. She said you wasn't even on that until Ivory came in. And I agree. Like, we see it so many times on so many different seasons, so many different networks where girls get their heads pumped by Ivory and they just automatically want to fight or whatever. When you weren't even on that before Ivory got in the room. Like, why are you not being yourself? Be yourself, okay? We learned that early on to just be yourself, but sometimes some people need that coaching or they need that talking to or whatever to act out of character. And I don't think that was in Emma's character because she said she liked to be chilling. She don't like fighting. But the fact that you let Ivory pump your head up, you could have just said, "No, Ivory, we're not fighting. We having a conversation." You could have just checked Ivory right there. But I think she's scary because she knows she would have checked Ivory right there. Ivory might have chin checked her. And then that's when Emma kept saying her finger fucked up, but Dolly said she wanna whoop her ass. And she said, if you don't wanna get out on the street, you pussy ass hoe, she said, go home. I like the way she said pussy ass hoe. I like the way she said it. It's very I like the way she said it. And then Dolly ends up throwing a drink on Emma. She hit a red solo cup on her head. And she kept calling Emma Ernie. She said, you Sesame Street face ass bitch. And I giggled because Dolly, that was funny. I gotta give you a tens. I gotta give you a tens. And it was a little key. They be tagging Emma up. Like even on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, they be taking her up about how she looked. Like they say she looked like Lord Farquhar. They said she looked like a Muppet. Now they saying she looked like Sesame Street, and they saying that she looked like Fiona pre-transformation, like when she was an ogre. They be and somebody like edited ogre ears on Emma's head one time, and then somebody said she looked like a cone head. I don't know if y'all know what cone heads are, but they said she looked like she belonged in that family, the cone heads or whatever. I don't know. They talk about Emma bad. They talk about Emma bad, and it's just hilarious to me. But anyway, that whole situation is just a little crazy to me because Dolly wants to keep fighting for Summer, and they don't really know each other like that. But like, I understand the fact that she is tired of people wanting to fight Summer because Summer can't fight, but also Summer brings a lot of those situations onto herself because Summer's going to keep popping her shit. And if she don't want to get in those fights, then she should not pop her shit. But nonetheless, it's not me doing it. But if she wants to jump in, jump in. Her hand keep getting fucked up or whatever, but she keeps wanting to jump in. So if she's gonna do that, she's gonna do that. That's her business. You're gonna have to receive the consequences of your actions. I'm just side eyeing a little bit. But anyway, Rolly, Big Legs, Diamond the Body, Jasmine, Renee, and Tinka are all in the charter bus going to the brunch. And Rolly says she's seen that they're bringing back Slim on like the social media pages. Like they made an announcement they're bringing back some replacements and Slim or whatever. And she says she wants to fight her because she talked about her son. And she said that Slim was basically talking about her child, saying fuck her child, hope her child gets jumped. And I think that's just fucking crazy. Like, I understand that you're beefing with Rolly or whatever, but to bring up her child and talk about her child in that way, I just think is just very distasteful and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because I do remember Baddies South where Slim would have those coke rants on Instagram Live, and I didn't listen to a lot of them. I listened to some of them, but she was saying some crazy ass shit. Like that bitch was coked out on something because she was going ham and insane. But the fact that you're talking about her child in that way, talking about you hope he gets touched and you hope he get jumped, I just think that's fucking crazy. So anything that Rolly do to you after that is valid. And then Rolly's talking about story time about how she been beating up people in front of her child since 2 year old. And I'm sorry, I'm Rolly like, why are you beating people up in front of your child while he 2 years old? Like, girl, you are setting a bad example for him when you do that. Like, don't do that. Like, and this is what I mean, where like this is not talking about her child. This is talking about her parenting right now. I and I think sometimes people confuse the two. Like me saying that Rolly shouldn't be doing that, fighting in front of her child while he's 2 year old because you're promoting violence in him and thinking that it's okay, is not talking about her child. It's talking about her parenting. But when Slim says, fuck your child, I hope your child gets jumped, now that's talking about her child. Okay? Now you don't fucked up. But Rolly tells a story about how she beat up somebody because a dog was running or chasing after her child or something, and he had a toy truck and they didn't want to get the toy truck, so she beat the bitch up or whatever, and then her son was playing with the toy truck while she was beating the bitch up. Nonetheless, it sounds like some trauma, and I hope she has grown as a parent since then. But from what we have seen, I don't know. None of my business. Anyway. So Diamond to Body, Diamond Diamond to Body wants to know if they are bringing back replacements because they've been talking about bringing people back, and then Rolly was like, "Are you talking about are they bringing back the replacements from last season?" And Diamond to Body said yes. She said because Meatball and Tinker still got some issues. And Tika kind of gets mad and tries to check Diamond and said, "Don't bring up me, da 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 da." And I understand like they be friends deep, but we could say her name and we could talk about her. Like she was on a past season and they're talking about bringing people back. She might be brought back or whatever. Like, girl, no need to get mad at me. I'm just asking. But also, Diamond the Body was being messy, so I can understand both sides. But anyway, all the girls show up to this brunch, and it's not even a fucking brunch because these bitches are outside in the dark. So it's dinners. They're at a dinner. They're not at a brunch. And Scotty said there's no food. There's just liquor. Like there's no appetizer, no food, no nothing. There's just liquor. So she said there's something going down. And we all know at these brunches or whatever, when there ain't no food for real, these bitches about to get to fighting. And then Natalie makes an announcement that Biggie texted her and asked why she wasn't invited. And Natalie said because she be yapping about nothing. But this is what is fucking confusing me because y'all were mad when she wasn't speaking up for herself or not standing on business. And then some people were saying, well, you need to verbally take up for yourself. Or some people saying, well, you need to physically take up for yourself. But then once she does those two things against Ambar and Jaded, she took up against herself verbally against Akbar, and she physically took up for herself against Jaden. Now y'all saying that she's doing too much and that she kind of needs to be excluded from groups activities. And I'm just confused because both of those situations, Biggie did not start. They started with her, and Biggie reacted. So I'm just not understanding with this weird energy with Biggie. I just don't think they like Biggie, and they should just definitely just tell her we don't like you. So it's just like no matter what Biggie does, the goalpost is always going to be moved. Like it's going to be a new goal to reach every time when Biggie does something. So it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. So at this point, Biggie, just do whatever the fuck you want to do because they're gonna dislike you or hate you no matter what the fuck you do, and they're gonna criticize and critique you any way you do. You could do what they want you to do, and they're still gonna criticize you. So, girl, just do what the fuck you want to do. Fuck what they want you to do. Fuck it. Just fuck it. So then Alpart takes this moment to address Diamond the Body, basically saying that Diamond was being messy in the back of the bus, basically putting a battery inside of Biggie back. And Diamond the Body said, I didn't put no battery in her back. The battery was already there. I was just charging it. And she ate that up because, bitch, I didn't put no battery in her back. I was just charging her up a little bit so that when she comes and talk to you. And Albark said, was there a problem? And Diamond the Body said, basically, the problem was I gave you a compliment after your performance and you just said, I'm a professional. And Diamond the Body was like, well, if I'm giving you a compliment, you should say thank you. And I can understand this perspective because if I'm out and about at the club, like I'm not afraid to give a compliment. If a bitch is looking good, a bitch is looking good. I'm gonna be like, oh bitch, you look motherfucking good. And if they be like, yeah, I know, I'm a cute professional, I'm be like, oh, you just became very ugly to me because like be humble, be modest, say thank you. Be like, you don't even gotta hype me up because if you don't think I look good, don't tell me I don't look good. Don't tell me I look good. You can just be like, thank you, boo, and keep it moving, keep it pushing. People do too much. This is how you could differentiate when people are insecure and people are not used to receiving compliments. They start acting like they better than everybody. And I understand Diamond's point about that because something like that would piss me off too. And I would definitely smack a bitch about that because I don't know, bitch, you think you better or something? Like, that's just weird. Like, just say thank you and keep it pushing and be like, thank you, keep it pushing. Cute. But anyway, they start arguing and Ambark is staying up saying that she looks better than Diamond the Body. Where? I don't I think Diamond the Body looks better than Ambar. I never consider Ambar to be cute. Rather, she has been big or lost weight. She's been ugly both ways. And then Diamond Body said, what? Because of those duffel bag arms? And she said, take that jacket off. Take that jacket off, bitch. And Ambar started shaking them arms. Baby, them was duffel bags. They was hanging low. Do your arms hang low? Do they wobble to the floor? They definitely was wobbling to some floor. And then Ambar said her booty don't jiggle and she got surgery done. And then so Diamond the Body stands up and started twerking. And that shit was moving. It was earthquaking. It was because my ass, like, yeah, it's finally soft. Yeah, it was finally soft. Yeah, because it's soft. It's soft. It's soft and it was jiggling and it was moving. And Big Lex said, yeah, bitch, it was moving. It was jiggling and she heard it. And then Ambark was like, well, it stank, it stank. And they just going back and forth. And then basically the end of the conversation is kind of what got the fight started because Diamond Body said, I don't want to talk to a Q-tip. And Ambark said, I don't want to talk to a snack a tooth bitch with a missing tooth. And then that's when Diamond Body took off and she ran across the table and swung at Ambark, then backed up and sat down and started swinging again. The Ambark try to spit on Diamond Body, and you can hear Rolly in the background talking about, hold on, Ambark, chill out. We not doing all that. And they run a few rounds or whatever. And I was just hoping that Diamond would have really got her more than what she did. But honestly, it's tie. It was a tie to me because I felt like they both were swinging, they both were getting in there. Albach seemed like she got in there a little more to me, especially the first round. The second round gave more tie, but that first round kind of was Albach. But overall, I think the fight was a tie to me. Like, but since it was a tie, I'm gonna just give it to Diamond Body because I'm biased. But it was a tie for real. But my bias, it was Diamond Body because she won the argument. She did. She won the argument. So that means she won the fight. Yeah. And I could be a little bit delusional about that, and that's all right. And but I know deep down that it was a time that Ambark low key won. But since it was so close, I'm gonna give it to my bitch Diamond the Body. So that's just me. And I can admit that, and that's all right. But anyway, after they get done fighting, Down the Body is calling Albark a camel. She said, "With your humps," and she started singing the hump song. Cause bitch, that was my song. I have to go back and save it and look it up because my humps, my humps, my humps, my humps. I like that song, so I have to go back there and save it or whatever. And Diamond won the argument. She won the argument. She ate her up. She was funny. She was landing jokes, landing hits, and it actually something that stuck to Albark. She called her a fucking camel because that bitch kept spitting. Like, bitch, you are a camel, big ass bitch. But anyways, um, they go to the next scene where it's Emma talking to Pretty P about almost getting jumped, and Pretty P basically don't care. She was like, "I guess this is every man for themselves." And then that's when Biggie walks in and talks to the girl about Emma almost getting jumped, and Ivory comes in or whatever, and they're all talking about the whole jumping situation. And Ivy said basically she didn't get jumped, but they attempted to jump her or whatever. And then that's when they were talking about the invites. And Ivory was like, well, the reason why Biggie didn't get invited was because of all the complaining and all the controversy that's been going on. But Ivory's confused why she got left or whatever. And Ivory said that she basically want the girls to come back because she bored and she want to have some fun. That bitch meaning that her knuckles are itching and that she want to fight. This scene was a little cute. I guess it got us to get to know Pretty P and Emma a little more, but also they just been talking about the same situation. It really didn't move the episode on. I really do think this scene could have been deleted, but nonetheless, it was a scene. So then the next scene is Tesehki with Anna, Jayla, and Tinka on the bus. And Tesehki said that she felt bad for Diamond Body getting beat up. Like she got beat up bad. And Anna and Jayla said, no, it wasn't like really that bad. Like it wasn't like she got whooped or like beat up on. It was given time. And I agree. Like Tesehki got this weird energy with Diamond the Body, and I just don't like it. Like, girl, you already knocked her tooth out and beat her up. Like, let it the fuck go. Y'all fought. The girl says she don't want another round with you. Let it the fuck go. She literally has not even been bothering you. You just been giving weird energy to her. So I don't really like Tesehki when she does that. Like, that's just weird to me. And Diamond the Body didn't get beat the fuck up by Outbarks. Like, it was more so of a tie. Or even if she did lose, it wasn't like she got her ass beat. It was just that she lost. Like, it wasn't even that bad of a L. Like, it's not like she got her tooth knocked out again. And Diamond the Body said she got caught out and had to stand on business or whatever. And basically she was just saying like, you're not a rapper. Like, you're like, she knows Megan Thee Stallion from rapping. She knows Gorilla from rapping. Like, she knows Ambark from reality TV. Like, you're not this big ass rapper. So the fact that you have like this God complex about you and you walk around like you better than everybody, when bitch, literally you're a reality TV star just like the rest of us, bitch. You was just on Love and Hip Hop. You was on like a big network show. But bitch, you're on the same show that I'm on right now, bitch. So what the fuck are you really doing? Like, and I have not heard a song from you. And I agree. I have not heard none of Ambar's songs like go viral, or I haven't even heard a good song come out of that studio. Not even heard this to Biggie. I didn't like neither one of their this. Like, they were both all right to me. Like, I feel like if you're going to be dissing people, I feel like that this should be a little better on both ends. So I agree with Diamond. Like, you're a reality TV star. You're not a rapper. You're just a reality TV star that raps. You're not a rapper that's on reality TV star. That's on reality TV. Like, girl, hang it up, flat screen. And Diamond Body says she's tired of people talking about her to getting knocked out because none of you bitches did it. Like, that's a strong ass bitch. Like, how about y'all bitches come and do it and prove that y'all can do it instead of bringing up what the next bitch did? And I agree. Like, stop talking about what fight I had with another bitch. Talk about what fight I had with you, bitch. You knocked my tooth out, bitch. If you think you Billy Badass, get out in that motherfucker field. And I agree with Diamond. I agree. Then the next scene is just Summer and Dolly. They're in a hot tub, and I'm actually feeling the yellow hair on Dolly in this scene. All the other scenes she need to take that yellow hair off, but this scene the yellow hair look good. I think with the outfit and the curls and the half up half down, it look cute. So she definitely needs to keep this hair with the outfit, and then put the hair back up when the outfit off. Because I don't like the hair, but Dolly is a very pretty girl. She's a very pretty girl. Just don't like the yellow hair and hair with some of the outfits. Don't look right. But basically, they're talking about Emma, and they said that she's not a baddie or whatever. And I agree. I don't think Emma is a baddie. Emma doesn't stand on any type of business, and she is weird. We really haven't seen much personality from her, even in confessionals. Like, she doesn't give much. She is basically a off-brand version of Scotty, and she needs to just go home because you're not even Emma with the body. You are Emma with the crater face. So girl, you need to just log out and go to bed. And Dolly says she gotta be ready for Tesehki, and she's basically saying that she can't keep fighting for Summer or whatever, and that like Summer need to chill out. But Summer says she not gonna chill out. Win, lose, or draw, she go pop her shit. And I agree. Like, that's why I like Summer. Like, Summer knows that there might be a 50% chance that she might lose a fight, but that's not going to stop her from popping her shit, which is why I said she reminds me of Jamie and Jazz so much. And I love her for that. Like, pop your shit whenever the fuck you want to. Fuck who go beat your ass. And if they do beat your ass, so what? Bitch, you ain't die. Wake back up and start talking shit, even with an ice pack on your eye. Just, yeah, bitch, you might have whooped my ass, bitch. But they're not going to whoop you in an argument. So you got to win some fights, okay? But Summer said she wanted Biggie to go home, and she wanted Emma, Pretty P, and Jasmine Renee to go home. Basically, most of the people that she got issues with, that she wants to go home. I agree with a few of those people, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking Pretty P a little bit. Like, Pretty P is slowly but surely growing on me, so definitely kind of like her. So basically, the next thing is they got all the girls in the living room having a house meeting. You already know what the fuck the house meeting mean. It mean that somebody about to tussle, somebody about to fight, and they about to get down. So you already know. You better wear your sneakers and have your hair tied up, or pull your wig off. Just pull your wig off. Put a swim cap on when these house meetings come around, because you never know. You might think it's not for you, but it might be for you. But Natalie says she got a surprise. A special guest is coming, and we kind of been alluding to who the fuck the guest is. Is Slim coming? So we know she coming, and then Dolly and Lex and Summer are talking about how they're sharing a room, because Natalie asks, "Oh, so how y'all like living in the new house? Like, who's sharing rooms?" And this is kind of where Emma and Summer are going at it, because Summer was like, "Yeah, I'm staying with two bad bitches, Dolly and Lex or whatever." But they basically kicked Emma out or something, because she dragged her. She was on the phone with her daddy, so they dragged her bed out. I don't know. Some shit happened. Emma not in the room, basically. So it's just them in a room and Emma somewhere else. So then Summer is calling Emma out for being boring. She says she's sick of Emma being boring. She's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And Scotty chimes in and is giggling because Emma is being called out for the same thing that Emma called Scotty out for. And that's where I say karma comes in, because for every action, there's going to be a consequence. And that consequence came to Emma ass. Like, I like this. I like this. This is karma, bitch. You should have fucking kept your mouth closed and not started a fight that applies to you. Like, you literally started an argument that could apply to you. You could have just sat back and been boring in peace, but you decided to call out Scotty when you first met her. You didn't even get to know her, and now you're being called out for the same thing. I love it. Karma, bitch. Fuck you, hoe. And then Biggie is being asked what happened at brunch and why they excluded her. And this is where I'm confused. Like Biggie says she don't care, but also she's asking about it. Like I feel like if you don't care, stand on not caring because then once they see that you care, they're gonna keep doing the same shit to you because they know that it gets to you. So Biggie, this is where I'm like, come to Jesus moment with you. If you tell these bitches you don't care, show that you don't care. No matter how much you may low key care about it, if you say that you don't care, don't show them that you care because once you show them that you care, they're going to keep pressing that button because they know it irritates you. They know you don't like it. They know that you care because every single time you always are asking why. You need to just say, fuck them bitches and don't give a fuck why. You should have made your own brunch. You should have said, oh, they want to leave us? We about to go out to dinner brunch like they did. Let's go, y'all. Let's go to dinner brunch. You should have rallied up all the new girls in the house and went to your own dinner brunch. Like, that's how you show a bitch that you really don't care and that you really leveling up because fuck these hoes. But anyway, they're talking about it or whatever, and they're basically saying how like she had some beef with like Jaden and Akbar, and Jaden is basically trying to victimize herself and saying that Biggie started with her when Biggie one wasn't even talking to her, and two, yo ass threw the flowers first, so Biggie had every right to hit you. So I'm just confused. Like, can Biggie stand up for herself or not? Or she can't stand up for herself on people's birthdays. People's birthdays that fucking special that we can't defend ourselves because it's a bitch birthday. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if it's your birthday or your funeral. If you want to buck up on me, bitch, you're gonna get smacked. At the end of the day, don't throw no flowers at me and expect not to get smacked. So at the end of the day, Biggie was in the right about that. They need to shut the fuck up. Y'all can't pick and choose when she wants to defend herself when y'all been telling her to defend herself all this season. And the one time that she do, now y'all don't want her to do it. So at the end of the day, I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of discussing it. You bitches need to stop being hypocrites and grow the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my face. Back to it. Natalie starts talking about a guest is coming in, and that's when Slim walks in. Slim looks a little different. She looks washed out for some reason. Like, I don't know. I think it's the hair, the wig. She should have never wore that wig. I liked her hair on Baddies South better on her. Like that um darker tone of hair looks good against her pale skin, but with the light on light, it definitely just makes her look so washed out. That's why people need to go to that color coding thing where they show you what colors look good on you. Maybe I need to go because I don't think this color looks good on me. I think black looks good on me sometimes, but like you look like we need to go to the little color scheme girl and show her what colors look good on us and what doesn't look good on us. But Slim definitely needed that. But Slim walks in and Rolly runs up and they get to busy. They get busy. And when I mean that Rolly has Slim up against that wall, tearing her the fuck up, she was tearing her the fuck up. But then that's when they show a preview for next week. And Rolly is swinging Slim like ring around the motherfucking Rosie. She's literally swinging her around across the floor. Like literally you see Slim do two full tumbles over like a fucking tumbleweed. Like it's good. And then Summer versus Jasmine and Pretty P, like basically they're just talking out and having an argument. Then you have Pretty P versus Diamond the Body, and Pretty P said that she's tired of Diamond jumping in her fights and that she really just wants to fight Diamond. Then you have Biggie versus Jaden, and they're just talking it out and arguing. Then you have Rolly versus Slim, where they're arguing and talking it out or whatever. And it just seems like a very intense argument. And then you have a scene that's outside where Pretty P telling everybody to line it up. And then you have Pretty P versus Dolly. But I thought Dolly hand was fucked up, but she keeps fighting Pretty P. But next week looks good. It looks like we're going to get a few big arguments and hopefully a change of storylines or the climax or like the resolving some of these storylines because I feel like so far some of these storylines could be resolved and we can move on to some new ones. Hopefully this next episode is resolving those and bringing about some new storylines because this episode I'm gonna give a 7.5 out of 10. I definitely enjoyed some of the fighting, but I do feel like some of the scenes were definitely like it gave filler episode. This whole episode definitely gave filler episode because they talked about Biggie this whole episode. They talked about the brunch that was really a dinner this episode, and it just wasn't that good of an episode to me. I think next week's episode is going to be better. if they edit it right or whatever. I think I feel like this is the first episode where I felt like it was definitely a filler episode, but it wasn't too bad of a filler. We got a few fights in there or whatever, and we got something to look forward to next week because they're building stories. They're building stories. So I'm excited for next week, but I was kind of disappointed this week. But overall, y'all, make sure that y'all tune in tomorrow with me, Movie Bay, and G. We're gonna have a live where we basically discuss and do a review, and then we bring people up. So if y'all want to come up on a live and talk with us, keep it respectful. Y'all can come up and talk with us, and we talk about Jocelyn's Cabaret, and we also talk about Baddies Midwest too on there. And also just make sure that y'all like and subscribe and put the little ding ding bell on so that way you can know when I drop the videos. Also, y'all just have a blessed fucking day. Like, just have a blessed day, y'all. Just it'd be so much going on out here, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe. Just stay safe and tune in next week. Thank you. Bye.